I think the thing that impressed me about South Carolina, Len, was their speed, especially the swarming defense. They call them the fire ants.
Yeah, I know. Talking to their defensive coaches, they said that in the films, if all 11 people are not shown in the film when the ball carrier goes down, then they're going to hear about it.
The opening kickoff is just moments away. We'll be right back. This is the Cat Sports Network. The South Carolina band down on the field. And we're about to have the playing of our national anthem. Neither club is out yet. This is a really important game for Pittsburgh for the rest of their season. After losing their first four, and then here it is.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and the bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket red glare, the bumper singing air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the brave and the home of the brave.
We were talking about Pittsburgh. They play South Carolina here today, an undefeated team. If Pittsburgh can get by them, then they have Miami next week. Now, this is a very key game, Lenny, in the middle
really
of the
is.
season.
You know, when you look at the two schools, South Carolina, of course, they are 4-0, and the teams that they have played and they have defeated, their record is 7 victories, 12 defeats. And if you throw out Georgia, it's 4-11. Now, Pittsburgh is 1-4. But they lost to two teams who right now are undefeated, BYU and also Oklahoma. So if you throw out East Carolina's game last week, they would be 16-3, the teams that Pittsburgh's played.
Okay, we're waiting for the teams to come out, and when they do, we'll be back and all set for the opening kickoff. Pitt against South Carolina. The South Carolina band marching off. What about the heat today, Lenny?
Well, it's warm down on that field right now. The sun probably will go down in another hour or so, and it'll be a lot more pleasant. But right now, it's around 80 degrees.
South Carolina likes to alternate players. Every 5 or 6 plays, they try and get new players, fresh players on the team. Here is Pittsburgh coming on. The Pitt Panthers. We've got quite a few people came over from Pennsylvania. Fans, we saw them in the hotel lobby. There's the coach of the yellow sweater, Coach Fazio. Pittsburgh, 18-10-1. He was an assistant coach there for years. And his team, of course, had a lift with their victory over East Carolina last week. There's no doubt about it. Things are always better after you win.
Last week's victory, of course, was a good victory for us. In fact, a lot of our guys, we were ecstatic after it because of the fact it was our first one. And it was hard to come by, but, of course, we had some bitter lessons in the first 4 ball games. The week of practice went very well. And, of course, the intensity level was a little bit higher because we're playing a great South Carolina team. Anytime you're coming down here to play South Carolina, they're on a roll, 4-0. They got a great defense. Their offense seems to have it all together. And with all these fans behind them and the hysteria they create, it's going to be a very tough ball game for all of us.
And we're waiting for South Carolina now. They play the theme 2001.
The hysteria that Bose was just talking about is about to happen right now. Alex Hawkins, who played here, great halfback, played for Baltimore for a number of years. He said, wait till you see what happens when they play the 2001 Space Odyssey song.
Oh, they're ready.
Well, we just saw number 93, Tony Guyton. He is the cheerleader on this football team. He not only does it before the game, but he does it during the game.
Paladin of college coaching wearing that black outfit. All he needs to do is put a revolver on his hip.
He's got the cowboy boots. We saw that.
Lima, Ohio, wearing cowboy boots.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I asked him.
Coach Joe Morrison has an easy explanation for the success of his Gamecock in his second year of coaching here.
Well, we got a predominantly senior football team, and they're playing with a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of emotion. And they're having a lot of fun playing the game. And I think this is a result of a couple of years of tough football schedules and a lot of hard work and dedication by them to become better football players.
You know, he was a great pro player because he lasted a long time, 14 years with the Giants, and he played 8 different positions.
He was reliable,
career.
Really a reliable player with the Giants, and he's doing a really fine job with the Gamecocks.
Now here's the coin toss.
Inside. Pittsburgh, if you'll call the coin while it's in the air. If I drop the coin, I'm going to pick it up and read it. Ready, Captain? If you'll call it now, please. You called the heads. Everybody heard it's the heads. Here's the tail. It's your choice, South Carolina. Okay, if you'll hold on just a moment. All right, now you kick or receive, sir. Who wants the ball? One receive. Where do you want to kick from, South Carolina? Walk off. Move over there, you over here.
Kurt, you can see that they're trying to decide which way to kick because the wind really is not a factor in the ball game today.
There's Bill Fralick to herald a tackle for Pittsburgh, 79. Chris Dolman is 56. Troy Benson, 54. There are their captains. Paul Vogel, 44. Womley, 57. And Woodley, 94, are the captains for South Carolina. The referee today is Tommy Miller. The linesman is Joe Pipkin Jr. The field judge is Ted Ruda. The umpire is Ronald Clagis. The line judge is Paul Tye. And the back judge is Frederick DeFlippo. And incidentally, South Carolina won the toss and delayed until the start of the second half to exercise their option. So Pittsburgh said, we'll take the ball then, and South Carolina is going to kick off from your left. And Pittsburgh will receive on your right. Pittsburgh in white, South Carolina in the red. Pittsburgh has won 2 previous games in this series, 37-9, 1980 in the Gator Bowl, and 42-28. Dan Marino, you heard of that name this year? He threw 6 touchdown passes in that game for the Panthers.
He's throwing touchdown passes now. He's got
17 already.
Yeah.
He needs 5 more to pass Bob Greasy's all-time record for the season. And this season isn't halfway over. Chuck Scales is back along with Hayward and Bailey for Pittsburgh. And Mark Rasco boots it off, tumbling deep in out of the end zone. So they'll bring the ball out now to the 30-yard line under the new rule this year. And here is the offense for the Pittsburgh Panthers. They'll have John Jimmy at quarterback, Charles Gladman 32, Darnell Stone 46, the running back. Bill Wallace, the best receiver on the team, is 25. Jeff Casper, the other flanker, is 88. The tight end starting will be Pat Shapaning. There are the line: Dixon, Durundo, Miller, Brown, and Fraley.
It's going to be tough to hear the signals with all this noise going on in this stadium.
First play from scrimmage. And the pass maybe to Jimmy rolling out, being chased. Burns out of bounds on the 34-yard line. Driven out by Willie McEntee, the defensive end, number 88.
He was looking for his back coming out of the backfield, but his back got tripped up and fell to the turf. He actually had no one to throw the football to.
Tony Guyton, Frank Wright, Glenn Woodley, Willie McEntee up front. 4-man line. 3 linebackers, C. Wright, Vogel, and Hill. The secondary, Major and Morris on the corners. Brooks and Gilliard are the safety men. Second down, 6. Make it 2nd and 7. They put him out on the 33. John Jimmy gives the ball off to Charles Gladman, and Gladman knocked down at the 35. by Glenn Woodley. He's really the nose guard. He's listed as a right tackle, but they think of him as a nose guard, and they slide him over from the middle a little bit.
Kurt, the coaching staff, they were absolutely right when they said there's going to be a swarming defense out there, because when you took a look at that picture after the ball carrier was down, there was about 7 or 8 red shirts around that ball carrier.
Matt Stennett replaced Jeff Casper, number 24. Stennett as a flanker. 3rd and 5 for Pittsburgh. The pitch to Gladman, and he dives. I think he has that first down. Charles Gladman, just a freshman, has averaged 3.8 yards a carry. So Akron, Ohio, Player of the Year in the state of Ohio. And behind him is a man named Craig Hayward from Passaic, New Jersey. Those two were 2 of the top 3 high school senior running backs in America last year.
Matter of fact, Pitt recruited about 5 All-American high school players. They had some talent on that football team. Good block that last play by Darnell Stone, the fullback.
Gladman and McIntyre now the running back. And Jimmy looking, being chased. 40. Dives down, and he'll go down on the 47, so he's picked up 10 yards so far running. James Seawright was on top of him there. He had a stress foot injury to start the season, then a sprained ankle. He looks completely healed now.
Last week, as I said, was the first game that he started and finished the game without going out because of an injury. That's the first time since last year. It looks like on first down, they're looking to throw the football, rolling out, looking for the back in the flat, or the receiver down about 15 or 20 yards at the sideline.
Darnell Stone back in at fullback. 2nd down, 3 for Pittsburgh. Great defensive charge that time by number 45 is in there on him, James Seawright.
93-2, Tony Guyton. He is the cheerleader. Really gets great penetration. You can look and see that the back is being hit 2 yards deep in the backfield. 45 linebacker Seawright, who is perhaps the best player on the defense for South Carolina, was involved in that play. I think that you're going to be taking a look at number 45 defensively for South Carolina all afternoon.
3rd down, 5. Jeff Casper starts in motion, comes back. And Jimmy throwing it deep. He's got a step on him. It's there, and he's caught. No, he had it, and then couldn't hold on to it. Bill Wallace, who's the leading receiver, he had a couple of steps. He's not a burner, Wallace, but he had beaten the cornerback, Bryant Gilliard, to the safety man.
The ball was not there. He had to wait up. It was man-to-man coverage. He gets the ball out, but you can see him right now. He's slowing up, waiting for the football to arrive. That's giving the defensive back an opportunity to get in and knock the ball down. Number 28, I think it was, Otis Morris, was involved in the play.
Chris Jellick is the punter. He's averaged 40 yards a kick. Jerry Dunlap is back as the safety man. He just got it away. They don't touch him. Dunlap watches it bounce into the end zone. A touchback, and the Gamecocks of South Carolina. That's a 55-yard punt from scrimmage. South Carolina comes out, first down on their own 20-yard line. So they've stopped Pittsburgh, and let's see what South Carolina does on offense. We'll be back. South Carolina on their 20-yard line. Alan Mitchell will be the quarterback. He's a junior from Batesburg, South Carolina. They have a big play man in reserve of him named Mike Hold at number 7. And as he let the ball go, he was hit and grabbed around the neck and thrown down. And you may have roughing the passer.
Yes, you're going to, because he went right upside his head. I believe it was Chris Goldman, number 56. The left end. He really gets penetration. Here he is, 56 from your screen. He gets in. Nobody touches him, and he gets right out. Oh, that's bad. That is really bad. He could snap a person's neck doing that. And he didn't do it intentionally. He was trying to grab whatever he could.
So South Carolina has the ball on the 35-yard line now with a first down. Why have they got it on the 34.5?
From the spot.
From the spot. Okay.
Penalizing from the spot.
First down. There goes another flag down, and we may have a legal procedure against South Carolina.
The left tackle, Carl Womble, was moving before the snap. I think you're going to notice that South Carolina will go on a quick count. A lot of the time, they get up to that line of scrimmage. The quarterback makes sure that everybody's set for one count, and off they go.
procedure, offensive line in the neutral zone.
Well, put it back on the, we'll call it the 30. It's closer to the 30. First and 15. Alan Mitchell sets him down. He's hit 32 out of 52 passes this year. And they've got a great set of running backs. That's Kent Haygood, the junior. He's averaged 7.8 yards a carry. He'll play about 5-6 plays and then a substitute for him. Here's Mitchell at quarterback, Dendy and Haygood the running backs. Hillary is a dangerous receiver, number 1. Poole's number 5. And Chris Corley's a tight end. Womble, Walsh, Garner, Wilkes, and Barnhill, the offensive line.
All seniors on that offensive line for South Carolina.
Second down and 8. Mitchell under the gun, and they drop him back at the 26. A sack for Pittsburgh, and right now Pittsburgh is fierce up front.
They are really moving. That's Bill Callahan, the safety, is coming in with the blitz. Looked like the quarterback did have some time to get rid of the football, but you can't wait too long back there. Here it is. Number 31, you see him coming into your screen right now. Gets a hold of the jersey, holds on, and puts him down for a big loss. So, both teams. We heard about South Carolina being quick. Right here in the first quarter, the University of Pittsburgh is displaying. They have a lot of quickness also.
Coach Fazio of Pittsburgh. It's third down 18 for South Carolina. He has time. He shoots it to Hillary. It's intercepted by Pittsburgh at the 40. Coming up to the 45 and down on the 46 is Dante Wiley. He is a great freshman player. He's a true freshman, and they think he's going to be one of their all-time greats if he doesn't get hurt.
When you need 18 yards, we need 18 yards. That's tough on the offense. There are just 3 men rushing the passer. He has plenty of time to throw, but he's really throwing into a crowd. As you can see right now, Wiley's down there just waiting, looking at the quarterback, waiting for the ball. He is the only one really around the football to make the reception. So I guess you could look at it from this point of view, that, that's kind of like a punt. On third down, throw it as far as you can.
Wiley is also a quarterback. He's an all-around athlete. First down, Pittsburgh on their 46. And Jimmy on the quick pass, threw it a little high at a short range and hard. Pass was intended for Darnell Stone, number 46, coming out of the backfield. Second down, 10 to go. Pittsburgh on their 46. We have no score. 10:51 to play in the first period.
That is the third time on first down that Pittsburgh has come out with that particular play. The first time they tried it, the fullback fell down. He was tripped. That time he was open, but the quarterback did not get him the football.
Both clubs look like they want to open this game up more. Second down, 10. That's Gladman. Gladman breaks it over to 50 in the South Carolina territory. He's hit by Paul Vogel, number 44, the middle linebacker, and Brian Gilliard, number 20, the free safety. There's Wiley, who just made the interception. Or there was Wiley. Now he's there.
Last week, I think he went out after about the first play. He got hit in the head and there was a slight concussion. There was some thoughts as to whether he would be able to start today, but he looks like he's in fine shape. Intercepting the ball makes him feel a whole lot better, too.
Third down and 3 for Pittsburgh. They're in the eye. Gladman's the tailback. They fake to him. And Jimmy, look out. There's an interception by number 20, Brian Gilliard. Gilliard's up to the 30. And over the 30 to the 32. Gilliard intercepts. Pass intended for Jeff Casper. Well, they've traded interception.
Kurt, I mentioned at the top of the show that Jimmy has to have a good day for Pittsburgh. He is not having a good day. This pass is underthrown. This is the second pass where he's had a man open, but he didn't get the ball far enough. As you can see, the man has waiting. He stopped. Casper stopped. It was really underthrown. If you think back to the first time they had the football, Jimmy also threw one that was underthrown and did not make the completion.
You saw Gilliard lateral to Chris Major. South Carolina will put the ball in play on their own 36-yard line. No score, they have a first down. All right, Mitchell looks him over. Plays are sent in by the coaching staff. They alternate wide receiver. Here's the option play. The pitch out. The Dendy. Pittsburgh contains him and knocks him down at the 35. Thomas Dendy smothered.
Surf, the linebacker, number 87, had a shot at him, but because of the great speed, he was able to outrun him. You're taking a look at the Pittsburgh Panthers defensive unit. Coleman, Johnson, Tia, the linebackers, two really fine linebackers, Al Surf and Benson. And the defensive backs, of course, Dante Wiley, saw him just a little while ago, intercepted pass.
We have a second down. 7, quick hitter over the right side. Troy Benson stopped that play. Mitchell trying to sneak it off. The quarterback.
They're getting back to what they like to do best. They like to run that veer offense. They started throwing the first time they had the football, but they do an exceptional job of running. They average, their runners, the 4 runners that you're going to see in the ball game, average 6.2 yards per try. That's really outstanding.
We have a third down and 4 for South Carolina. Running to veer again. They're stopped short. Kent Haygood hitting up the middle from Easley, South Carolina. Warm day. Look at this. The temperature's around 80. That's Bill Fraley getting up. That's the offensive line moving to the sidelines, getting ready to go in when Pittsburgh receives this punt. Tom O'Connor will kick it for South Carolina. He's averaged 41.4. Dante Wiley back as a safety man. Beautiful spiral. Wiley lets it go, and it is into the end zone for a touchback. So Pittsburgh will put the ball in play on their own 20-yard line. And that's a 60-yard kick, and there's very little breeze today. We've had 2 excellent punts so far. Timeout on the field with a score. Pittsburgh nothing, South Carolina nothing. We'll be right back. This is the Caps Sports Network. Pittsburgh's ball on their own 20-yard line. Craig Hayward from Passaic, New Jersey. Hayward, a freshman, had a 100-yard game last week. Darnell Stone's the fullback. Hayward will be number 34. Look at that charge. They give him the ball, and he goes nowhere. He's hit there by number 91, Ricky Daniels.
Ricky Daniels is about 3 yards deep in the backfield. This is not a very large defensive unit for South Carolina, but they are extremely quick.
Second down 10 for the Panthers. Jimmy, the quarterback. Rushed and hit. 85, Carl Hill. No fumble, no fumble. Whistle is blowing. Carl Hill was there. Vogel recovered the fumble, but wait a minute. Now they have said it's a fumble. One official waved it off.
Well, they cannot advance the fumble.
May have been
the ball
it.
is down. The other team could get it right there, but they cannot pick it up and run it into the end zone for a touchdown.
A costly turnover. The blitz by the weak side linebacker, Carl Hill. And then it was recovered by Paul Vogel. He recovered a fumble week before last against Georgia. Critical fumble.
And Jimmy never had a chance. It was to his backside. Nobody touched. Hill coming in. He had a free shot at the quarterback.
All right, it's first down. Goal to go. South Carolina on the Pittsburgh 5. They got the second line of running back. They're going to throw a pass. There it is. Touchdown. That's Danny Smith. Second string tight end, a freshman. They completely had Pittsburgh fooled. He just raised up and lobbed the ball to the freshman tight end from Atlanta, Georgia, Danny Smith.
Kurt, that was a checkoff. The way that the quarterback took so much time, look at him right here. Generally, they go on a quick count. It was a checkoff. He had single coverage on the outside. No one was near the tight end. They were looking for the run first and the pass second. When you do that and the opposition reads it, checks it off, the end result is a touchdown.
So they recover the fumble. One play later, they score. Scott Hagler hasn't missed a point this year, and he's still perfect. 17 out of 17 for him. So South Carolina strikes first here, and the big crowd roars in approval. We'll be back with a score. South Carolina 7, Pittsburgh nothing. Nothing. South Carolina, they're unbeaten. First time they won their first 4 games since 1928. Chuck Scales is in the middle deep. Hayward's on the far side. Bailey's on the near side short to receive this kickoff. And Scott Hagler will do the booting. also.
Yes, he has. He's underthrown 2 passes that really hurt the Pittsburgh Panthers. One, both times he had a man open. If he got the ball far enough, it either could have been a touchdown or a big gain. I said he has to have a good game. He has to be productive out there. So far, he has not been. Take some of the heat off the running game, because last week they were able to run against East Carolina. So far, they have not been able to do that against South Carolina.
Jimmy is 0 for 3 and 1 interception included in those 3 passes. There's a short one, complete. Number 24, the 26-yard line, and that is Matt Stennett, reserve split end.
See all those red shirts coming over to, even though the play was over, the coaches say, when we look at the films, we want to make sure we see you in it. So even though the play was way away from some of those players, they had to come over to get involved so that their body was in the film.
Not much of a drive in 3 seconds. It produced a touchdown. Second down, 4 to go for the Panthers on their 26. And that is number 34, Hayward, and he is banged in there by James Sumter, the left end. You'll see South Carolina alternating players. They believe in every 5, 6, 7 plays of putting fresh players in as much as they can and keeping fresh players on the field.
What they want their players to do, they want to give them 100% effort. Don't worry about getting tired. If you're tired, you come out of there. We're only asking you to do it for about 4 to 6 plays.
Third down and 3. Jimmy dropped. Darnell Stone had it right in his hands, and it popped out. So Pittsburgh will have to punt again. 4th down and 3 from their own 27. Last week, South Carolina blocked 2 Kansas State punts, and both led to touchdowns. And they were close on Jellick's first punt.
You can see that there are 10 people up there on the line of scrimmage. Sometimes they'll just fake going after it. But a lot of times they're going to go after that kicker, particularly early. Here they go.
Dunlap's the safety. He's waiting on his 33, 35, and down he goes on his 36.5-yard line. 39-yard punt and a 4-yard return for Dunlap. So while the teams line up now for the next series, the score, South Carolina 7, Pittsburgh 0, and we'll be back. South Carolina's ball, 37-yard line. Here's the Gamecock. First down, South Carolina leading 7-0, running the veer option, and breaking in there is number 50, Steve Apke. Apke starting at left end. He stopped that play. Oh, Mitchell carrying. It's a loss. It's back to the 34, and it is 2nd down and 13.
Steve Apke was not allowing the quarterback any option whatsoever. He was just going after the quarterback, and that's a way to play the veer, that you have your outside men tell them, don't worry about the pitch, don't worry about the thing inside, just go after that quarterback and try to knock his head off.
There's a toss. Quentin Lewis. Lewis fumbles the ball. They're diving for it. Who's got it?
First man was South Carolinian to get to it. Number 30, yeah.
Yeah, Brown recovered.
Good thing he was trailing back there, because he was the only one in the red uniform that was around the football.
It's on the 33-yard line. Alder Certain made that hit the linebacker. They now have a 3rd and 14. Mitchell passing, intercepted by Pittsburgh. Apke has it. Apke, previous play, wrapped up the quarterback, now drops back on a pass defense and intercepts. He's had 2 outstanding plays, Lenny, in this series.
Yes, sir, and showing the versatility of number 50, Steve Apke. He is just a sophomore. Here he's coming back. Benson is also out there. As you see, this pass was poorly thrown. It was short, should never have been thrown in the first place, but Apke was there, coming up with the 2nd interception of the day for the Pitt Panthers. Excellent field position right now.
Each team now has 2 turnovers in the first period. 7-0 South Carolina, 4:50 to play in this quarter. On Jimmy. And the toss goes to Gladman. They're going to stop him just short of the 35, where Tony Guyton, the left end, brought him down.
Pitt is going back to what they think that they can do best. The big backs that they have back there. Number 32 is in the ball. Kent Haygood. He's about 230 pounds back. Get him the football, get him a little daylight. And get the ground game going.
That quick opener's over the 30, down to the 29-yard line. Fitzgerald Davis making the hit on Charles Gladman. First down, Pittsburgh. Panther's hot, isn't he? He wishes the team would get as hot as he is. He'll be hotter before this day's over. It's 80 degrees. Pittsburgh's on the South Carolina 29. First down for the Panthers. Messed up play. What's he going to do? He just goes down to the 29 for no gain. They were scrambling all over for him. Carl Hill reached him.
He was looking for his fullback, Darnell Stone, number 46, but he was nowhere to be found. He wanted to pitch out. Now what's he going to do with it? Fortunately, he's got Gladman 32 back there that provides a block right there that gets him back at least close to the line of scrimmage. Jimmy's saying, I'm not the Veer quarterback. The other guy is a Veer quarterback.
Second down 10, Pittsburgh on the South Carolina 29-yard line. Jimmy faking. He's hit as he let it go, but he gets it over there, and it is no good. He was hit hard. Intended for Jeff Casper, and he is slowly getting up. Rushing the passer was Carl Hill. Hill, the weak side linebacker, blitzed earlier and forced a fumble that led to the South Carolina touchdown.
You can see the way that his jersey is fitting on him right now, that he was hit pretty good as he got rid of the football. He faked once. Now here it comes. Hill is in there once again, hits him just as he was releasing the football from the blind side once again. That's the second time Carl Hill has been in there. The last time, as you mentioned, he hit Jimmy. It resulted in a fumble. He's going to have to come out of the game now for at least one play, or else he's going to take a timeout.
Carl Hill was taken out also. And Jimmy 1 for 6. 7 yards, 1 interception. And replacing him now will be Chris Jelly, a junior from Pittsburgh. So Jimmy continues to be dogged by bad luck with injuries. Play a whole game healthy except last week. 3rd and 10 for Pittsburgh. South Carolina 29. Casper and Wallace are the wide receivers. Jellick in his first play. Being chased. Throws it on the run, and it is incomplete. He had no chance. Casper was smothered over there against the sideline, and McEntee was putting the heat on the passer. Well, let's see what they do here.
When you roll out one way or the other, that eliminates half of the field to throw to. He could only throw to the right side. And in the case, he was trying to look for flanker Casper, but he was well covered by 2 of the South Carolina defensive people.
Mark Brasco, who's kicked 5 out of 10 field goals this year, is going to try a 46-yarder. This one is up. It is going to be short. No good. South Carolina's held them and will come out and take over. Coming up at halftime, an update on Heisman Trophy candidates. Competition has really changed since the beginning of the season, mostly due to injuries. It's still an interesting race. We'll review the candidates for you and have some scores of other games. South Carolina's ball. First down on their 29-yard line. The Gamecocks are ahead 7-0. 2:45 to go in the first period. Dendy, number 31, Haygood, 32 are the setbacks.
Looks like he's changing the play.
On the Berry, keeps it. And he has some neat yardage coming up to his 36. Steve Apke took him down. Alan Mitchell running to Beer. 3 options off of him.
He's going to either give it to that fullback who dives in there right away, keep it himself if the outside man goes for the pitch man, or he's going to pitch it to the man trailing. Now, that time, you may recall the last time Apke didn't give him a choice. He just went after the quarterback and tackled him right now. That time, they didn't play it the same way.
Quentin Lewis, number 9, replaces Thomas Dendy. Lewis is a very good halfback passer.
He wants to throw now.
There it is. Nearly intercepted again. Lewis has hit 5 out of 7. Throwing from the halfback position on the run, the halfback option pass.
Yeah, but first you have to run the ball.
Yeah.
You know, you run it first, and the second time around, when you get the defensive backs coming up, then you throw it. They did just the reverse. And, of course, you and I know that he can throw the football. Pittsburgh also knows that fact.
Thomas Dendy replaces Quentin Lewis now at running back. It's 3rd down and 3 to go for South Carolina on their 36-yard line. The undefeated Gamecock, Evan Mitchell. 1 out of 3. He'll throw again. He's got a rush on him. And they bury him. He gets away somehow. How'd he get out of there? I don't know.
He ducked under them. They went up high. They tried to get him up around the shoulder pads. The guy ducked under them. Mitchell ducked under them. He escaped.
Alan Houdini Mitchell.
That's right. You can see there's an awful lot of pressure on him. Apke's coming in here right now. He ducks under everybody, spins around, gets out. He's free. He's going to pick up the first down.
That may be a big first down for South Carolina. They're on their 45. Time remaining, 1:39 in the first period. South Carolina ahead 7-0. And here's the bomb deep down the field. It is broken up. It was intended for Chris Wade, number 2, and covering that play beautifully was Melvin Dean, Cordale, Georgia, a senior in the Pittsburgh secondary.
Melvin Dean was right there, stride for stride. You're going to see him the right side of your screen. Here it is. He sees it's going to be an up or a streak pattern, and he's got stride for stride. Now it gets to be a jump ball, and Dean gets involved, makes sure that the man does not catch it.
Lenny, it's interesting. Both teams are trying to 50-50 on first down, run or pass. They're not just running every first down play. 2nd down, 10. Coming through is number 32, Kent Haygood, the junior from Easley, South Carolina. He has averaged 7 point yards a carry and scored a touchdown.
That was a misdirection play. The quarterback was moving to his right, and Haygood came back to the left side. They were hoping that they would get Pitt really pursuing, and he'd be able to break free, but Pittsburgh played that very well. Put them in a passing situation once again. 3rd and 7.
Bill Bradshaw and Chris Wade, 2 second-string wide receivers are in there. It's a 3rd down play. He's got a man open, and tipping out of bounds is Bill Bradshaw, number 12, a former high school quarterback from Spartanburg.
Well, the defensive back for Pittsburgh really gave him a lot of space out there. He just went down about 12 yards and ran the sideline pattern. Number 31, Bill Callahan, was out in that direction. He's rolling out to his right, and it's just a sideline pattern. Comes up for the reception. Number 4, John Lewis.
We're in the last minute of play in the first period. South Carolina on the Pittsburgh 42-yard line. And the toss is to Haygood. Haygood hit along the line of scrimmage, bounces forward a yard. Melvin Dean showed you how a quarterback should come up and hit somebody trying to sweep. Dean, number 28.
Well, you saw the ball carrier bounce backwards when Dean put that hit on him.
Quentin Lewis is coming back in.
Melvin Dean, we're finding out, and he's got the speed to cover the flankers deep on a pattern. Also, he has the courage and the tenacity to come up and make the hit on the line of scrimmage on a big running back.
They actually lost a half yard. Dendy and Lewis. Dendy 31, Lewis number 9 are the running backs. 2nd down, 10. It's a hitch pattern to Hillary. Hillary's at the 40, 35. He can fly. He's to the 30-yard line. He has averaged 24 yards a catch this year and caught a big one against Georgia of 62 yards.
This is the fastest man on the team. And talking to the coaching staff yesterday, they said, what we've got to do, we've got to get him the football. Get him in the open field and let these people try to make a tackle on him. He runs the 40, I guess, in about 4.3 seconds, which is extremely quick. Now, speed in 40 yards is not everything, but I think the quickness of the first few steps is really important, and that young man has it.
First down, South Carolina on the Pittsburgh 30-yard line. 18 seconds to go in this quarter. Mitchell throwing it. It is over the head of Eric Poole, number 5. He had him out there. All he had to do was drop it in his arms, and it was another another touchdown.
He was wide open, and he was working on John Lewis. They had man-to-man coverage on that side. John Lewis, you may recall, had a pass caught in front of him on third down situation. That time he was man-to-man. He was playing the sideline pattern a little too strongly. The man was wide open down the sideline.
Joe Morrison posted Tennessee at Chattanooga, then New Mexico University, and now he's in his second year here. Dendy and Haygood are the running backs. It goes to Haygood. He had a quick hole. He's over the 25 to the 23. Kent Haygood.
He's displaying very good quickness himself for a big running back. Hit that hole very nicely.
It'll be third down. And there's the end of the first quarter at William Bryce Stadium. There's Jimmy, the Pittsburgh quarterback. Into the first quarter, the score, the undefeated University of South Carolina Gamecocks 7 and the Pittsburgh Panthers nothing.